Hey gang, welcome back. We are back in drumland today. We've got a session to knock out this morning, and we just got done changing a new snare head, which is great. It's always a good day in the studio when we've got new heads on the drums. I didn't change all of them, just the snare head, because that's the one that takes the biggest beating. Generally speaking, I will change my snare head about twice as often as I change my tom heads. So every other time I change my snare head, I change the tom heads as well. And then the kick drum head lasts for a long time, to be quite honest. It's I usually don't change my kick drum head more than once or twice a year. I don't know if that's bad. That's just what I do. I haven't noticed any degradation in sound quality or anything like that, so I'm sticking with it for now. If you have other thoughts, hit me up. Let me know why I'm wrong. I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, we're gonna get after this drum track, and we'll get into a little bit more of the editing process in today's video and what goes on after the drums are recorded. So let's get after it, man. Drums are tracked, got everything in here. You can kind of see the screen based on this angle. I've really got to work on this. I think I'm gonna have to get like an actual tripod that's gonna live over here somewhere, so you can I can talk to you and you can see the screen at the same time. So what I do here, I've got my 3 takes that I've just done in, and I just record them on top of each other because Logic keeps them as a playlist. And in my template, I have a bunch of stuff. If I hit the H key, that hides or unhides all the tracks. I have my scratch tracks up top. Then I have 2 groups, folders called D track. One's D track 1 and D track 2. And D track 1 and 2 are what I track to. Those are the channels I use to record to when I go down. And then I have drums 1 through 6. And what those are pre-populated. All the plugins are already there, but they're empty. There are no audio files. And what I do is I take them from D track, either 1 or 2, and I drag this folder, playlist, whatever, to each of these things. So what I'll do now is I'll just go ahead and do it and show you. I'll unhide. They start out hidden and then I unhide them because there's no reason to have all of that processing power using those channels when they're not being used. So I will take all of my takes, I'll highlight them, option, pull down to go to D track 1, or I'm sorry, from D track 1 to drums 1. Then we're gonna do the same thing to drums 2, and then finally we're gonna go to drums 3. And then what I'll do from here is I will mute, deactivate, close, and hide D track 1 because it doesn't need to be there anymore. And then what I'll do is I'll start with drums 1, I'll come in here, open it, unmute, all that, come down to my playlist, and I will select take 1 across the board here. And then I will flatten it. And then I'll do the same thing for drums 2 and drums 3, except drums 2 will be take 2, drums 3 will be take 3. And what this does is it gives me everything, all the guesswork is out of it. Everything's already set up. So I know what I start out with is I give a client 3 takes to begin with. Everything's delivered multi-track. You can mix and match, you can comp, and you get stereo wave files, and you get a stereo MP3 rough mix with your song in it for reference. So I try to cover all my bases. So this gives me the ability to take all 3 of those initial takes, boom, 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 populate them in 3 separate playlists or 3 separate groups, and then I edit for timing each of those 3 takes, and then I print them and I send them on their way. And then if we want revisions, I have drums 4 through 6 in this session already, in this template, ready to go. So then what I do is I use D track 2 for the revisions, depending on what they are. If it's just a punch or something, I'll go on top of D track 1 again and use the same. It's like I want take 3, but these 2 bars I want different. It's like, all right, cool, well there's no reason to redo take 3 again. So I will go to D track 2, and then I'll pull that into 4 or 5 or 6 or all 3, depending on how many revisions we need. So that's how I set up my template, and that's how I get my session working for my benefit. And it's constantly evolving and constantly improving. I'm making little changes and adjustments here and there to make my workflow easier. So that's it. That's how I work. More of this on the way, I promise. Buckle up, partner. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.